Hello everyone, Ben Rad here. I've been away for a while because I've just got a new job and I haven't been making a lot of videos, but I thought I would add one up because I've quite frankly been having a lot of success with my Seven Lions video, despite the fact that it's edited really badly. And I thought I'd pop a few more on. So today I'm actually, again, going to be moving away from the dubstep sounds not because I don't like dubstep, I love dubstep still, but I wanted to try something different. I'm going to be doing an Armin Van Buuren-esque Rave Synth. I want to make it sound similar to this sound. So I think you get the picture of that, the ding 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 ding. But it's a pretty generic rave sound, if I'll be honest. So yeah, today I'll be making that on the ES2. I could make it in massive. It would probably sound as good, if not better, but I think it's important to also pay attention to the ES2. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring up a fresh version of the ES2 right here. And I've already got my chords in place. In fact, bear with me, I'm just going to solo that. I'm going to back up here. So I've already got my chords in place, so you can listen to them here. So I think you get the point. It's just a standard sine wave. This is what I've made as my default. I will post a link in the video to show you how to make that. But let's get started. So first things first, I chose a saw wave here, and I put this up 12 semitones, so an octave. And the important thing to do is to go straight to the envelope 3, and you start playing around with the way that the envelope shapes the sound. That's how you get that stab sound. So let's listen to that right now. It's already not too shabby, but we're going to do better than that. So if we bring the sustain down and bring the decay down a bit more as well. See, it's a bit more stabby there, not too bad. Bring in a second oscillator. Again, I'm going to use a saw wave. I'm just going to merge this in. Let's leave it about there. But I'm going to leave this at standard octave. So basically we're going to have two separate octaves playing, and that's going to give the sound a lot more body, a lot more harmonics to work with. There you go, you get the picture there. Up the top, this is where it already starts getting exciting. Just like, similar to Massive, you can work with the voices. I've got this on polyphonic right here. We're going to put this on unison. What that's going to do is that's going to add a whole bunch of new voices on the chords that we're playing. And I'm going to add this up to 6 voices. And because it's in unison, we're actually going to be playing a total of 12 voices over all of this. You'll notice that the analog is up a little bit as well. I'm going to turn that up a bit more as well. What that does is that actually detunes these oscillators the slightest bit. It gives that kind of old school analog feel that you would have got from the old school analog synthesizers. Duh. Let's have a listen to that. Alright, getting there. Let's move over to the cutoff filters. Leave the cutoff all the way up, and I'll show you why later, because we'll start playing around with that to kind of show you how you can modulate the sound. Let's turn the resonance up a little bit. Okay, and turn the drive up a little bit. And let's click the fat as well. Bang. Now the fat, what that does is that really just kind of adds to the mid-ranges. So whilst it was quite tinny at first, it's now got a lot more mids. It's going to sound like it's got a lot more punch to it. Already getting there with that sound. Lovely jubbly. Okay, let's move over. Let's add a bit of distortion. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some soft distortion. We don't want to make it too harsh. So we're going to add some distortion here, probably about up to here. And we're going to leave it quite bright as well. Not so bright, but it's probably, I don't know, probably about there. Sounds alright. I'll try adding some chorus. I'm not sure if this will actually work. I'm honest, that chorus actually takes away from the sound a bit. So I will leave that as it is. That's really the sound as it is, but we're going to start adding some effects to it as well, because it's not got the body that you'd expect from the main trancey sound, but you get the idea. Now, I was saying that we're going to play around with the cutoff here as well. What we can do is we can actually modulate your, you can use the mod wheel, or you can just modulate it using Logic and just penciling it in. But this is, imagine this as a drop. Okay, so that is the sound for now that we're going to be using ES2. What we're going to do is we're going to start adding some effects to that to make it sound a bit more punchy. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new bus, and I've already created a delay designer. So we go here, we've got delay designer. I'll open that up. Let's bring that over here. Now this is currently on mute, so it's not actually playing anything. What I've done is I've gone into the settings. I've not started playing around with it at all. Simple filtered, and I'm doing the 1/32 dotted filter pan, and that's basically a specific type of delay. So I will unmute that, and I will bring. So what I'm going to do is, as soon as I bring this knob up, you'll start hearing the delay come in. I could probably bring that in a lot more, but you get the picture, and you can play it again. You can modulate that. You can play around with that to give it more again for the drop. So imagine the drop, and then break it down, and you could maybe even bring some filth in. I don't know. That's kind of the idea that I have for this song. So don't copy me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mute that for now, and just for effect, and I'm going to show you also I've added a reverb as well. So I'm using the space designer here. Again, just using a standard preset. I went to the medium spaces, indoor spaces, and Big Cave 2. Why Big Cave 2? I chose that because my friends are in a band called Crystal Fighters, and it's in honor of their latest album, Cave Rave. Check it out. I'll put a link in the video. They're amazing. I'll unmute this, and again, I'm just going to bring the reverb in so you can hear what it sounds like. Okay, I'm going to unmute the delay so you can hear it both together now. Alright, so you're getting the picture there. It's becoming a lot more, a lot more full. The reverb really brings the body in, and it really kind of creates something quite spectacular. Next thing, you've got to EQ this thing, so I've got it on bypass now, but let's watch the analyzer. See, let's take out these just so I'll show you what I was doing. So what I did was, as always, put a low cutoff on to get rid of those unwanted lows. I've also done a tiny bit of reduction, kind of the low mids, and I've done a peak, sort of the high mids as well. Cool. Last thing, and the last thing I don't think is really necessary, but I was playing around with it anyways. What I did was I went into the what are they called? I think they're the amps and the pedals and the pedal boards. Duh. And I went to this big fat stereo burn. I'll bypass this for now, and then I'll bring it in. And I just thought it kind of spread the sound a lot more, but you might choose not to do it. I don't know. So did you hear the difference? I'm going to bring down, peak it quite a lot there. And that's it. That's it. That's a rave sound right there. And you can replicate that kind of stuff for all sorts of different songs. You know, they're not too hard, and you can fiddle around with them just a tiniest bit. Just tweak them with the modulation inside ES2. You know, do whatever you want to it really, but that's really it. It's quite generic, I know, but you can make some really, really nice build-ups and really, you know, get some nice trance into your dubstep songs, or even your breakbeat or your drum and bass. I think it's all about meshing genres now. It's the only thing we can do. Honestly, like, that's why I love 7.9 so much. She mixes trance with dubstep. Beautiful. So that's that really. Only thing I would add, which I failed to show before, is if you really want to just add a few more highs, just throwing this in at the last minute, bring some noise in. Just a thought really. I just thought to add that in just now. Let me know if you like that video. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I will be adding lots more videos in the next few weeks because I want to, and I've got a few more subscribers and it really makes me feel lovely. So yeah, like, subscribe, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye.